was writing down something.
Giuliano's.
Okay. Hi, Juliana. Yes, but not able to hear him. I didn't hear one.
Good, but, okay. As I said last time, the grubs. That's the next,
Okay,
because of the timing.
yeah,
I'm sure there's contractors out there that would say, go ahead and do it. You may not get the best
yeah.
result.
So is it, are you needing to get a bid on this? Because I understand the threshold's 25 grand,
And goes to council.
above 25 goes to.
25 grand above goes to, has to get the council approval.
Yes, okay.
The bid process is. That's that. Eight, some of those.
It's over 25, I think.
Over 25, you definitely have to.
Yeah, you gotta get a bid and it's gotta go to the council too, okay.
Yeah.
Under, which this is not gonna be under 25, is it?
It better be.
Well, you're thinking you're gonna do the whole cemetery, right?
Well, it's,
Okay, so that, did you have to do the park?
I had, the landscapes.
Okay.
Willis.
Is that who you're thinking?
That's who I spoke to. I've worked with them for 20 years now. I'm very familiar with the gentleman that's in charge of that. He's the one that recommended waiting until spring.
Okay,
Get a better result with that.
so did you have a chance to ask him Mark's question, safety?
I have not.
Okay, so we,
He was here on Wednesday doing city art and that's it.
okay. So that's crucial to us, right? Yeah.
The reason my mind's on that is we had a stone recently, a nice one, down in New Jersey.
Yeah,
It was just, it turned out damaged by under irrigation with some contaminants in it. And so you never know what you're gonna get into, so that's the only reason I brought it up.
Yeah. And this is all has some issues with granite for sure.
I think as long as they have a certificate of insurance to provide you, there shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I don't know of any that would damage it.
Yeah.
It would take an extended period of time. But they, I do know they go through and they blow off all the locks. They keep it off the pavement because otherwise it damages pavement as well.
and what about like safety for the public, like the walking public?
Everything gets flagged.
Okay,
You'll see the little flags they gotta put out, they put out the date that it's applied and you have to stay out for 24 hours.
Okay.
Or until it's dry, usually.
okay.
So are you thinking it will be done each spring
Well,
going forward?
probably,
Fall.
yeah.
And
In the spring and it plus
So,
they take care of it
Okay.
that year in each one.
so, excuse me, is that just at Hope or is that for the Opry?
I got a price for Just Hope right now. I talked about it. We haven't seen many other ones as much.
Okay. So I was talking to a True Green technician, and he was one of the gentlemen that worked on Hope before. And he said to me, I took that all his notes, good gift. He said to me that the company that you have hired to do the city park, when they're large commercial property, they hire True Green. So we'd be paying them a True Green. So it seems like it would be more expensive.
I don't know, I have to talk with them, have it,
Yeah. Well, that's what he told me.
yeah,
Because he's
I
working
think
for
he's
them.
looking to drum up some business because they did Norwich University. They did it themselves,
Mhm,
so in the universities, it's the,
Yeah,
for sure.
They did it all themselves.
And I did ask about spraying and, he said there's, all the chemicals are EPA registered products carefully selected by PhD agronomists and applied by certified specialists. So they have been, and they've also
That's it.
turned in their insurance into the city. So I said, I will give this to them. So there's my notes.
I think since we have time between now and when they're gonna do it, it might be worth just to throw them a grass marker and have them spray on. And, you know, do a safety.
And check, see if it stains it. I think staining that's already to be. What happened before it deteriorates the stone.
So if anything were to happen, the. You know, prior knowledge to it.
We can do that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Just piece of ground.
Uh, I met with in the Brady Museum about the bus route. I talked to Johnny, I don't know if you can all see it, but what we came up with is rather than putting in bus route signs, we're just gonna put signs saying no buses. I think that's, that only gives, I mean, that gives us 4 signs instead of a whole route all the way around it.
So if the buses are coming from different directions,
That happens almost never. Might happen 2 days in October this year.
I'll go the same way.
It's just here. Here. No buses. I talked to Dave about this turnaround we were discussing. He says, you know, 30-foot bus will fit, but a 60-foot bus won't. He says a 40 will fit with a good driver. I don't wanna risk it, so my suggestion is to put no buses here,
Yeah.
here, here.
I think it's a great idea.
And the idea is this, just like the size of a street sign. But instead of green and white, I'm gonna have it red and white. So it stands out, but it's very unobtrusive. And we don't have that many. And they can still get up here, they can pull up by the old fountain, and then drive right out the exit. So if they wanna get up to this portion, they can get up there and meet or get out and walk. In Weatherstone was very few tours down in the solar park.
Never. Never been down there.
There's only one stone up here. Yeah. 1 or 2 up there that they were looking to get.
But they can still walk there.
Right.
I mean, there's no reason why they
It's
can't get out.
very
It's the short
flat and
one.
it's level.
Yeah.
So,
And these are gonna be up higher.
yeah, they're gonna be up 8 feet, whatever a normal street sign would be.
I think you'll be able to do the signs sooner than later. That's
Uh,
already just starting.
probably we cannot get a hold of
Your brother.
sign people.
Okay.
See where we get, the city gets their signs from. If not, I can get a hold of sign design in Montpelier. I always had a good relationship with them.
So the city's not gonna make the signs?
I don't know if the city
No,
makes
city-
it.
city
They-
makes
Oh, they don't, I was under the impression that they did. No, okay.
Not many people make their own signs anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's cheaper to send it out, and just buy the material as you need it, instead of trying to stockpile
Okay, excellent, yeah.
that. And the software. The check is in the mail. The check has been,
What's the pay for, what, out of what account is that paid? Any idea, like? See, this is where we need Tom. That's,
that was. Some of it, I think, was coming out of the cozy money, and then some of it was out of one of those other. think so.
Yeah, we talked about it coming.
Well, I don't think, to be honest with you, it's paid out of Russell because Carol Goss and I were talking about it. See, because Russell is committed to Hope. It's the endowment, they're trying to be careful about, like, remember she talked about the use of rating it,
Right.
and there's other money, so, I just interested to know.
Do you know the name of it? The name of the actual software?
Software,
Is it Sim site?
is it this SimSite?
SEM,
Yeah.
SIT,
SIT,
thank you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was SimSite, and the other one was Beyond
Did you purchase the Sims?
SimSite.
Yeah. So, the check is in the mail,
It's,
yeah,
we've turned it in. And I believe it's gone to council,
yes, I think,
Yeah, I think
That
it's,
was-
yeah, it's been approved.
right?
so it's been approved, so it's somewhere in the process of between approval and. Up the door,
Okay,
but I'm not exactly sure where in that process it is.
okay. Because I believe, so if I'm wrong, tell me, that Michelle. Hyphenated name,
Yeah, Michelle is gonna be
she's gonna be like the coordinator, let's say.
setting it up,
Okay.
bidding it.
So she and I had a short conversation about what she thought was gonna happen with the input of the information. And if you remember the last meeting, we did a back of the envelope and came up with 6 months for 4 people doing data entry. And she was under the impression that cemetery committee is gonna be part of the data input team.
That's the way I understood.
I do not see them. First of all, they work with one. And the rest of us, we're tired and not looking for a full-time job. So I think we're gonna have to seriously revisit how we're gonna do that. How are we gonna get the information in a timely manner? I mean, even 6 months seems like a long horizon, but
I know that, Lives for Veterans Committee people, that they would help come in and put the information in. The website has a Excel sheet that we can fill in and they can import it directly. So we could put it in like a Google Docs and multiple people can be inputting data. It doesn't have to be one person just sitting there crunching numbers. Does everyone know we're stretched?
oh no, I've listened. I'm not advocating you doing
Do we have it in the budget to hire
it.
people?
Yes. We
We have
have time.
time to do this,
Yes.
so that makes, or find interns that are willing to do it for some sort of school credit or.
Yep, I think we talked about that the last meeting, right?
Yeah,
And maybe. Scott Laughlin, is it
he's a great, he could be
He's a
a
good-
good liaison to,
to find things?
he already has interns currently, and maybe it's just finding or figuring out the money so that we could make his interns liaison with them and have them and do some of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if we try to go with what we talked about before, which was 4 people, which is said, for 6. Like I said, to me, that seems like, but the winter's coming too, so that seems like a long horizon to get this going. And if you think all the old people on this committee, plus the people that are working, are gonna do the data entry and it's gonna be faster. No, it's not. So I think that's what we're gonna have to
Seeing
do.
as the museum shuts down in October,
Yeah,
the people that are there might be looking for a paid part-time position.
Okay.
Something like this to keep them, here and working in the industry a little bit and working,
oh, I think it.
having a side gig to actually make a little bit of money.
The interns that he has, are they like just interested in grant, and just, there must be
There's
something.
a wide variety of people there. Some of them I gave him from my studio, who I've been mentoring, and who are interested in getting hands-on with the stone carving thing. Some are coming at it from like an archival or historical point
Yeah,
of view. So there's a lot of different people there. Some of them are students at Norwich or CCD. fulfilling school requirements in part
Yeah,
in working with him, so, even just I can have a conversation with Scott about his end of the season in October. What all those people might be doing for the winter.
yeah. So Michelle said she'd like to come in to the meeting and talk about the software, talk about it to us. When I expect maybe even by the next meeting, she'll know to help us formulate how we're gonna help. So that sound like a plan?
Sure.
So was there anything else you want to talk about?
Just they're in the process of the cleanings. As we talked, I mean, we've got 2 of the 3 pieces done. So
So 2 of the 3.
they're working over here. And they've got this end done. He said they did these last year.
Because you finished a little bit, you did all of that, and you got some right here, and so
He did it, he's from the centerpiece.
oh,
He's just gonna finish this up, this side here. Sweet.
so those stones.
Yeah. And he's been there, I think twice, he's gonna do another come back, but I don't know when. Because there was three groups.
Yes, Marty's room, yeah. So he
He's
does,
got 2 of those groups.
That's really good, because those are big sections right there. We figured it would be 3 years to do it. If you can get it done in 2, that's a gain, big gain.
so what does he do, like, I know a question, does he do 300 stones, is he, some
It
450?
depends on how dirty each stone is and how long he's
You know how
got.
big they are, so.
He probably got a time amount he puts aside and he cleans as many stones in that time as he can. If they're big and dirty, they're not getting as many as.
Yes, to the circle right here. These are all, 7 to 8 foot high stones, so it's a little slower, you gotta get up on a ladder. And I don't know if he had another guy helping him earlier this year, that's why he knocked off so many.
But one of the things I need to do is clean up.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I get this, as you said, the stone cutter monument down there in Denty Park.
Yeah.
There's that granite bench right there by Jiffy Mart.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
just, well,
That's nasty.
Yeah,
I don't even like walking past it.
is that considered to be though? Well, I guess it's a memorial, so is that considered in, as part of cemeteries or more of a park?
It's actually private, it was, the Cannings did it. It's Joey's, what's that go? Joey's wife, Joni,
Yeah,
that was her aunt and uncle that had the house there, the old ravioli shop. And with, that sold and tore down, Joey had made that bench, put it there. There's a memorial to the old ravioli shop in the house. It's not, it's actually, was that Fast Stop or whatever they're called, Jiffy Mart in there. That's their property.
but I don't.
And they would clean it?
No, and there's so many people that sit on that strip.
Cannings did it a couple years ago.
So,
I had spoken with Nicholas and we discussed possibilities of maybe moving it to a better location that we wouldn't get as dirty.
As used.
But isn't it the transients that are using it, no matter where you put it, they're going to use it.
Yeah, but you see a lot of people walk out of Jiffy Mart with their big slurpy cup and they sit there and
donuts and.
donuts and everything else is getting put down there, spilled down there, crumbs, and then. So if you move it, there's less likely to get that spillage. Because of the further.
what about moving it into Denty Park?
You might wanna talk to Charlie Calvin before you do anything.
No.
They paid for that and
Yeah.
that's their families.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand.
That
Needed to be at their residence.
Okay, so that's, I'm 100%.
we made it in that as a depiction of the house. that
Yeah.
behind it, they're not gonna move it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Period.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Um,
Maybe somebody should talk to the Tail and see if, since they put it there and it's their families. It's Joey's family, not Tail's, but they should clean it.
No, it was purchased as part of the land deal. Yes.
So it's belongs to Jiffy.
land that it's on, does the bench belong to Jimmy Mark too?
They purchased it. From the Alleghenies.
It could have been part
Part of the
part
whole
of the sale.
It was.
Yeah.
It was all kind of tied together, the way I understand it.
Folks, Jiffy Mark's bench.
Believe so. So, but I think it's kind of in stone that it's staying there. It was part of the deal. I don't know what's the language.
It's Jiffy Mark's food, it's Jiffy Mark.
Look for that.
Yeah, seriously.
I think Jiffy Mart would argue with someone that cleaned it,
No.
but it's not city property, so.
Well, here's the thing about though. Do what we talk about the next one, about stone cutters. So I just had a question about staffing. Like, how are you staffing wise? Are you at full staff still? How many people do you have working at the center?
Right now, we got great part timers and done.
Okay. They'll stay working till end of October.
I believe so.
Is it weather related? You do more if the weather stays nice, or is there a certain period that
Well, you're gonna run
Tight
out of
ends.
decent weather in October anyway.
eventually?
Yeah, the grass stops growing.
The grass has already stopped growing,
Yeah, it sucks.
so they're doing a lot more
Trimming.
trimming back trees and brushes. They elevated a couple trees over at Elmwood this week. Moved 2 trees at Elmwood this one.
Yeah. And the thing is, it seems like the word on the street is Donnie's intending to retire
He is intending to retire in June.
June. So what will you do this winter? You will find a replacement for him?
Volunteer.
He's gonna sit up home.
Yeah, we'll try to find a replacement. We'll talk about personal issues.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, it would be nice to get a replacement in place.
Yes.
to- Before Donnie is gone, a little transition period. But yeah, that we're. Aware that that's coming in, and sure you're gonna put down a couple feelers. Very capable. The time that we're trying to move.
Good, yeah, good luck with that.
Well, sometimes that works.
Really? Okay, so does anybody have any questions for George? On this? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, so we want to move on to the next thing. So actually, I think I'll go out of order and go to 5 because it relates to what we were just talking about. So I went and did some research on the Italian Stonecutters Memorial. I started down to the Boutoir, which know nothing about it. But it happened that Rick Denty is a member of Boutoir, so he was telling me he was there. Surprise! So
I think he lives.
Mike Altagetti handed him his phone, so it was helpful. And he was talking about the Rotary, how the Rotary was involved in, and it turned out that. So I get a hold of Carl Rinker. We're now into all my father's peers in like the Rotary and stuff, so basically what is the Denzi Park was built in 75 and the Stonecutters Memorial was put there in 85. No one seems to know, much about that money. The, perpetual care money we have, and then the 17,000 that we have in the general. It's usable. So, I talked to Carol about it. And I actually floated your idea about using some of that money to maybe do some repairs, like in St. Monica Cemetery with people with Italian names. She said, absolutely not. It has to be dedicated to a Stonecutter Memorial. And she is gonna do some research now, she's got some dates, but also though, she said that it's not just the memorial and the other granite stuff that can be taken care of. She believes that that money can also be spent in the park itself. So that you possibly could do maintenance in the park using that money. And the other thing Eileen and I talked about, which is gonna be a next year thing, is possibly funding flowers and some nicer flowers that the garden club will plant there.
We've been doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Let them continue to pocket.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that there's
Yes,
money available because we need to,
Yeah.
that new part is about 8 inches higher than it should be.
okay,
From the silt from the last flood.
From the, I think from the 23 floor.
23 foot, but if you go look at
They
it.
took most of it out after that.
was the governor over there?
That was the 23 flood.
Go look, the walk is 8 inches recessed, the benches are now only about 8 inches high,
Okay,
so.
So you're talking like scraping everything out.
Take everything
And
right
then,
down where it should be, and
Resawed it,
Yeah,
reseeded, and everything, resawed it.
well, that would be a really good use of that money.
yes. So
Absolutely.
the back, so the general fund is what, as you know, you have to use, right?
What was that one again?
It's called the Italian Stonecutters Monument. So remember when Carol was in here, she had that big spreadsheet with all these things on, right? So what we're attempting to do is consolidate some of them and maybe use some of the money, especially in the case of that one. We have the perpetual. And we definitely could use down, like you're gonna start with cleaning that, right? We are gonna use Matt, you think for that, which is fine.
The CAD, there's a couple other ones that are.
Okay, well, it's not a biddable thing, it's not a biddable thing, so the way we say it. And you thought the last time you did it, which was quite a while ago, it was like $1,000 or something for that, right? Just the stone. Yeah, so probably more now, but
It was 800 for the City Hall Park.
okay, how'd you pay for that? Not out of obviously not out of cemetery, you do it out of some general fund to do with the city.
Yeah.
It's okay, well, this stuff. I don't know, so in power, there's the Federal Energy Regulation Commission, and they have all the accounts. I'm sure municipals have the same thing, right? So you have a line item for that you can use that money.
Right.
Right.
I'm still learning which lines are mine.
Okay, well, that one's yours, and that 17 really. Especially seeing how that's the first thing you see when you go into Barre.
So this
His hand up.
$17,000.
Yeah.
Is the amount that can be used.
Giuliano's got his hand up.
It's excuse me, it's 14, on this one, it's 14,349. Did you do that? Yeah, okay. So how do we, 14,349 on this? Okay,
Okay. Giuliano.
Why wouldn't, instead of removing the sediment and stuff, why wouldn't you just raise the benches?
Because then you have to raise the sidewalk as well. And it'd be a lot cheaper to take out the sediment than it is to take out the sidewalk and raise all the benches too.
What, but the sidewalk's still usable, then, but the benches aren't. And then the sediment would just keep the other sediment from future floods away.
The sidewalk is, as I said, it's been 8 inches lower. So could just potentially be a trip hazard that you step off the sidewalk. You want the sidewalks to blend in with the,
There's a path there, isn't there a path as well?
That's, yeah, and the sidewalks, and it's in the middle of that part.
Is also.
Because
See it.
Yes.
it's the turf has been raised up from the sediment, which makes the benches appear to be lower. If we didn't want to worry about that little sidewalk path through it, yes, raising the benches would be a quicker and easier way, but I think taking it down is the right way to do it.
This is where it was safety issue. as far
Yeah,
as
you
concerned.
get it back to where it was designed,
Okay.
and you don't have to, you just remove it so everything lines up.
Yeah.
You take it down to around the benches and you take it down around the sidewalk, the walkway.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it down all the way back to the hedge in the back.
Right.
You can slope that. So it's really just that front half that you have to take down.
Something happened to the hedges.
The hedges have grown
Okay.
and grown, and now the bottoms have died out, so you can see right through the bottom of the hedges. Up 8 feet up.
Is there a problem with people going back there? Behind that one?
And it was like a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? They, Charlie Norway,
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't behind it,
he took pictures of the guys,
shooting up on the benches out front, he wasn't even behind it, he was
there
sitting
was one
there.
guy sitting on the back of it.
He was sitting
Oh,
right
that's
there.
nice.
Take
So,
the bushes out from the library too, because
They took
they're
the bushes
smelled
out
so
there.
bad and people were, you know, they're
We
doing things.
put metal around the bottom of the gazebo,
You know, so they can't keep that in.
and that's gonna be fun, because now with the camera in front of City Hall, we'll be able to watch them, and when they kick it and break their foot, we'll be able to figure out which one did it.
Watch the guy trying to run away limping.
Yeah, you'll be able to catch it real quick, and it's supposed to be broken.
can they break it by kicking?
They could be old ones. This one, they will
The old
not.
was just wood, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
individual slats.
Yeah.
And wood, and that held on with inch stamps. Very, not a strong construction, and we redid the rails as well. We put bigger spindles in and we took them off and we put 3-inch deck screws. Again, they're gonna have to work to take them apart. Again, one of those things, you're gonna see them because they're gonna be limping when they're done. And they will not have a trophy to take with them.
Are you thinking about taking those hedges down? If they're in,
I hadn't put any thought into.
do they encourage?
So where they are now, public irrigation,
There's no place to hide in them because the leaves, there's a, they look bad. But you can't hide in them because there's no cover.
and that's what was happening.
Right.
And I would say the Norways would probably not want them to be removed. Or how do you, what do you?
I don't think they care either way. It wouldn't, it's not gonna,
Is it their property line or is it the park?
it's, I believe they're in the park.
Yeah, really hard.
But I know Norway is. Couple, what I understand is they used to go over and mow it. They did. Yep. For a number of years.
They don't have to do that anymore.
I told those boys they're taking care of it.
So just going forward, you'll. Once you have the line item, right, for this, you now know, so you think you'll be able to get the monument clean in the next month?
So
Okay,
depending on the.
Because I-
Availability of
it's such a beautiful monument. And it really is dirty, because it went down there and it's, I mean, maybe it even should be dirtier where it's located, but it's pretty dirty.
Mhm.
And when you clean them, it looks so beautiful.
There's a lot of dust down there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah, that's the same problem with the entrance to Elmwood. It's all that dirt. Okay, so that's good news to you, right?
Yeah, I'll look into that.
You have the money to do it.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. It's not about trying to give you more things to do. What Carol told me was, there's two ways, we aren't, as we, you know, we don't have fiduciary control, okay? But, so we're advisory. But there's two ways you can do it. Either we talk to you about it, and it's something that you wanna do. We can also make a request to the city council and the mayor for something that we talk about, vote on, and ask to be done. And that can, Carol said, that can go to the city council, and the city manager, with the reasons we want to do it and where the money's coming from. So there's two aspects to do it. So it doesn't all fall on you. We can help if you want us to. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So anything else on that? No. Okay, so then, all right, so I'll do Elmwood Cemetery update. So since the last meeting, talked to Teo, he gave me the contact information for the Abbeys. And we've had several really good conversations with Robin. They are interested in making a sizable donation to Elmwood Cemetery. And for the repair of stones in Elmwood. It will be sizable enough that it will have to be a job that will go to bid. That's gonna be another part of the thing, and they stipulate that they would like at least 4 contractors to bid on it. And that they will choose the contractor to do the work. And I mean, I'm not saying we won't talk to them and say this person's terrible, I'm just saying that they'll be part of, they want to be part of the decision making. Now, we did have some estimate of the work 2 years ago, and it was 99 stones, almost 400,000. And we do not know, that did not scare them off, which I'm happy to report. So the next question is, and it's gonna be for the process of the winter, I think, is figuring out how do we go about getting together what's gonna have to be a bid package, right? For this job.
Do we have 4 different contractors that we could ask to submit bids? I mean, this is kind of a special thing.
It's definitely a niche.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you've got a lot of those older sections, historical.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's marble, there's slate.
yes.
You show me one that one.
the problem with those is that repair, there is no repair. You're either replacing in like stone. That gets incredibly costly, even around here, you know,
Yeah.
doesn't know how to handle that stuff, it's insane, so I think part of it might have to be deciphering what is fixable and what is not.
You got some epoxies.
Some of those are just too far gone, you know, no doubt about it. A lot of cemeteries are replacing, there's no sense replacing marble with marble.
That's what
It's
everybody,
just gonna happen again. A lot of times they're replacing marble with Barre, we do it a lot. So I would think we would look at anything that's too far gone, that can't be easily reassembled. That probably the way to do it is try to duplicate it to the best extent possible with granite.
Yeah.
So see, this to me, and I've thought about it a lot since then. It's gonna be complicated to get something that will work for them. You know, we had a real easy pass there, 2 years ago. And, but at that time, there was only 20 stones done. Now we're looking at 4 to 5 times that we believe have been identified as needing.
Oh, there's gotta be, there's 25 on that old end
Yeah,
alone.
that, and that's the section it's the oldest part of the cemetery. And a lot of those are missing. There's some stacked up behind that white building.
Yeah.
And who's gonna know where they came
where
from?
they go.
The other thing is, especially the slate ones and continuing into the marble. They're illegible. You can't figure out what the heck they are. If you can get a name out of it, you'll be lucky.
Yeah, some of the light ones are pretty good, but there's a lot of those marble ones. They're just worn off. So what do you do with that? You just put a, like snow? A marker? Maybe it, I don't know, maybe a rubbing will could pull something out.
There's no cemetery map with saying who's where.
Sort of, kind of.
Well, this is everything, so we would know once we get this, the software in place.
But you gotta have the information and put it in the software.
Yeah, so maybe this is something that, say, once we get the software, maybe we make that section of Elmwood the priority for the software as opposed to.
That's gonna be, just that one section of Elmwood is gonna be a hell of a lot more work than doing all of Hope. Yeah, because you just don't know.
Records.
Where the stone's completely gone off the lot. They're stacked up, who knows what condition they're in.
And just the dates, they're
Yeah,
1818 or older.
Mhm.
I even have the records to go back to. Just be, sorry. Already different.
Because the cost is so much, there's a lot of those, I looked through KO stuff, and a lot of them are those islands that have granite curving around them.
yeah,
And curving's broke, so you gotta put a new piece of curving in, and it's probably, you know, maybe about 4 feet high and 10 feet long, and, you know, that's not cheap. You take it out and replace it. I think Taylor and I explained all that to Robin and Dawn 2 or 3 years ago, that, you know, if you really want them done right, you've gotta fix those. And
I don't think that the problem for them, I think they understood everything you guys talked about and had a really good relationship with you. That's what Robin said too. But I think, I don't know, I just, to me, it's like, how do I say this? I hate to see the opportunity for this kind of money disappear. He's older, you know, and, but I also know they're pretty adamant about the things that they told me about the way they don't want it being single source.
you need to understand though, that some of this stuff cannot be replaced or fixed.
Right.
Like, there's gonna be 40 plus stones probably, if not, right? I mean,
Is it least on that?
that's a pretty healthy guesstimate.
Yeah.
That we're not gonna be able to follow through on that end. We can follow through on all the edging, we can follow through on things getting, you know, reset.
Do you think that those 40 stones that you're talking about were in that 99
Certainly.
detailed?
Yeah, because that whole section, been a lot of them, the rest of it doesn't look that bad. And as you move west in the cemetery,
You can see where they went from slate to marble.
exactly.
What will happen with the stones that are so dilapidated, they can't do anything, or you leave them as they are?
In a pile?
I would just leave them as they lay.
Yeah.
They're-
The ones that are stacked up in back of the barn, I don't know.
If we can find where they belong, we put them back where they belong, otherwise you look at
Pottersfield,
something like that.
is that what they call it? And just throw them in because the body's someplace else.
Right, we can just put them in a section there and say. So we don't know where you are,
Well,
because you could do the same thing up at
Same one.
St. Monica.
yeah,
All those stones over that bank.
Yeah.
You could make a big one there.
okay, so. To me, I've thought about this less, seems to me very complicated, but I know that
And maybe easier just to break it up into smaller pieces, instead of looking at $400,000 and trying to spend 400, let's pick 10 or 12 of them. And break them down into smaller, more manageable pieces. It's easier to do a bunch of smaller projects. Than it is to try to do one big project and manage that big project. Break it down, either take a section or pick the worst of the worst or the best of the worst.
Yeah.
And come up with 10 or 12 of them and get a price, and then you're not coming in, you're not gonna scare away people to do the work.
Okay,
There's someone, and we want you to fix 200 stone.
Yeah.
You just booked him up for the next 2 years, which
Yeah.
I'm sure he loves, but after that, he's got to be.
I think that's a good idea in the sense of, okay, so if it's manageable at, say, 20 stones per year. It still is probably, number one, it's still gonna be above, going out to bid for sure, okay? Which is okay, because if we're gonna try to get the Abbeys to kick in some money, we need to have some bids on it. I'm sure that I could talk them into 3, but they're adamant on that. And that's, now, can we, go
Have
ahead.
to follow the city's procurement policy.
Yes,
So I believe it's 3 minutes.
okay, 3 bids.
I question that though, because if we're not, it's not paying for it, right, it's not our money, it's not somebody else's money. If they, if it's their money, and if they're saying they want 3 or 4, then
That's
I think we have to honor that.
I wanna be very careful who we send to this or pull in on this. I've heard not the best things about some, resetting and foundation places. I wanna make sure that we're only sending them people that we really want to do the work.
Yeah, I think I have no clue on that.
It's such a niche, to me, like,
Why is it set stones anymore?
Yeah, and honestly, the team who did all the work of handling this years ago, like that, I mean, that doesn't seem fair to me. And I understand that's what they want to
Yeah.
do, but just because you're getting a bid from somebody else, if they don't have the
My understanding is
reputation.
even if you get a low bid, you don't have to. do
no,
it.
they will, they've already said that they look at the bids. I assume, I'm gonna say just on my limited experience on the phone, talking to Robin, is they will probably come and meet the people.
They will.
They'll meet the people, they'll assess the people, and I'm probably her brother will come, I'm pretty sure, seeing how I think he's the finance piece of it. And they will assess it, and it will not be based on the lowest bid. It will be based on how they feel.
If you're gonna do it, it's gotta be done right,
Yes,
and there aren't many people who can do it right.
I know.
I mean,
Or the set of precedent.
What about out of state? I know everybody's gonna, but what about people who do this out of state that could possibly come in?
it'll be a little higher in price.
Yeah, they're gonna come up. You're gonna have to pay for them to come up here, you're gonna pay for their room and board. And it's gonna be way more expensive.
Okay,
I'm sure they can probably come in, they're probably bigger outfits, or they can come in and get it done quicker, but you're probably not gonna get the bang for the buck.
And to be honest with you,
yeah,
there's an issue with setting everywhere. There are enough setters, not in New Hampshire, not in Massachusetts, not anywhere anymore. It's a virtually lost art. So I don't know that there are too many out there that would take on something of that scale, because they have a lot to do in their own locations, because there's not enough of them to begin with. So
I just hate to see this money disappear. And I realize that,
Well, maybe that's why the small project that he was alluding to would fit. And get
Yeah,
somebody
you
to
can
do
always
it.
get like 2 or 3 guys going. Right, you bet these stones here, and you bet these stones here, and you bet these stones here. And then you're not monopolizing all of their time for 2 years, which will probably put them out of business
yeah,
at year 3.
yeah,
Because they've they had to say no so much, no one's gonna come to them.
They're very reasonable people, though, Robin and Don. And I think if it was explained to them that there are no setters anymore, it's a lost art. And we have excellent setters here in Barre, and we only have two. So that we can't get four. Don't you think they would understand that?
I think that I could make the case, I believe me, I've gone around this about every other week, because I'm from here. And I know what's kind of not integrated, but I know what the deal is. And, you know, we're all fiercely proud of the whole thing, right? But I think I could make a case to get them down to two. To her, but I know that they're not gonna go single source. They want to have
How many,
more control.
How many setters?
yeah.
I would only recommend Calcani, Mateo and Vinny, but I'm dealing with a new guy, Jonathan Maurice. And he's setting a stone for me out of Worcester Cemetery in the next couple of weeks, and this is the first time I've used him on a job, but I can get his.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have as much experience as that guys, he's a one-man show kind of
Yeah.
company, so I don't know if he would even want to bid on something like that, but I can kind of pre-vet him.
Yeah, that would, the thing is, if we went and cut it down into, say, 5 parts, or, you know, 20 stones. I mean, I guess we're talking about 100 stones. It wouldn't have to be done, if it was done in the season, right, of 26 or 27, so they could work this commitment to our cemeteries around the other stuff that they're doing. Cause I don't have any idea know how long it would take, but would it be 20 days, we don't know, 20 days of setting it, working for us to,
Well, you're gonna have probably a morning pulling each one. Resetting the foundation. Set the base, put the stone back on it. You're looking at days work, day or two per stone. That's just my
okay, so,
rough estimate.
okay, so that's the back of the end, that's fine, so that's 40 working days. In the season, which what would we consider the season to be, May to October?
Yeah.
Why are they so adamant to have more bids?
They want more control of it because of them thinking. Now, I'm not saying we're taking less money, because they may make a commitment for 5 years, right? At a certain amount of money every year, but they're very. I don't know how, they want more control.
Were they not happy with what has been done?
They were fine with what we did. I think that's it, it's just, you know, they're not right here, so we wanna have some way of.
And he's a business person, very successful. She's the younger sister, but she's the sort of the front person for all these conversations we've had. We're kind of trying to come up with a plan that's gonna work, and then she's gonna go to her brother. He's the money guy.
He's the builder there.
From this one, I'm hoping, and map of Elmwood, we'll identify the areas that have been done.
Okay.
We'll identify the areas where it's too far gone and let them choose the sections that they want done and in what order.
I don't think they care. I think they would go with our advice on that.
Then maybe we should do that, so we have something to bring to them that sounds like a plan
Plan.
they can have, they build their timeline on.
We'd still, like I said, she didn't stop talking to me when I said, well, you saw the estimate that Teo had done. And which was close to 400, right? A variety of different things, like some were kind of inexpensive, some were kind of expensive. She didn't stop talking to me then when I said, you know, you could get multiple bids. That's what exactly I said to her. You could get multiple bids for 400,000. Is that, she says, that's not the problem. So, it's just, I mean,
It sounds like they want, to me, it sounds like they want us to have a plan.
They want it.
They can bring that to their project manager or their money guy or whatever it is, and say, this is the plan, this is what we wanna do, this is how it's gonna happen over the next 5 years.
Yeah,
I need this much money in each of those 5 years to be deposited into this, a special account.
Yeah.
Ground One Cemetery with
Yeah.
the city of Barre, and this is the order that they're planning on doing the work in.
yeah. I think there's even a possibility they might give us the lump sum of all of it as a donation, because it's gonna be tax-free. That's important to them.
Yeah.
They needed it tax-free the last time,
Mhm.
and that was a little bit more of an issue than this will be, because this will be tax-free. So they might be willing to give it, and we have it in a, like, well, let's just make another column. We have it in an elm scroll. We have an elm.
So-
one.
One thing, going back to the stones that you say are too far gone,
Yeah.
there's a lot of, I think they should be left there. As is,
Yeah.
stacked up or whatever, you never know, somebody might come back and know, oh, that's
Like
where
doing G.
my grandfather's stone is, and something should be there.
Yes,
It was put there,
it shouldn't be taken away.
No.
No.
We can't replace it.
just leave it.
Did leave
Yeah,
it,
Just.
yeah.
So I guess we don't know, but we don't know whether or not those that are so far gone were part of that 99.
So.
No, okay, because they were in the pile and they were, you said too far gone.
But now you're talking about
Lay them down, and piece them together that way.
having this money go to the city before, as I understand, it was direct payment.
Yes, it's not gonna be direct payment. That's where the whole thing is changing.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be, they're very adamant about the taxable donation. Okay, and that it's gonna be, go out to bid. So. And it's gonna be, at that piece of it, if we could just come up with, right?
Well, I think before we even put it out to bid, we need to identify.
Yes, we do.
What we bid on,
Right,
and if we wanna do it in sections, or we wanna do it
Yes.
in mass.
yeah. So probably, I think we should maybe sometime meet out there. We should meet out there and say, okay, so here's the pile. Everybody can see the pile. Okay, these are too far gone. And these are all the other ones, so we can have it. I definitely need to have some better sense as an entire.
Get you the draft. that
He did.
He did, so we have that information.
I don't think
Assessment from-
we can use that though, and because that really belongs to
Yeah.
Teo. Now. Stan,
Mhm.
and he did all that work.
Mhm.
Yeah, he did everything.
Which is why I think it's
Yeah,
In group.
kind of hard that this has to go on.
He walked around, he actually printed something like this, not like this, it's a blank, but it's got lots marked on it. And he's got names or numbers where these different monuments are.
and pictures of
He
Victoria.
put a picture of
I'm 100% that this is,
I've actually got a copy of
yeah, and
the
I,
map and the
yeah,
pictures.
but it's not, it's, what do they call that? What do we call that one? It's proprietary,
Yeah.
it's proprietary information that
Yeah.
belongs to them. And even though we have it and it's given us information, we really can't use it.
Mhm.
If it was gonna be sole source, who cares, right? He's gonna do, but it's not, it's part of the process. So we have to be careful, because really that would be not the goal.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so,
Let me know when you're gonna call them again.
okay,
You want me to sit
she may come up. She's talking about coming up.
Yeah,
And I think she would be very happy to see you. So, and I may, look, it's fall, she usually comes up, but I don't know what she does, washes a stone or does something up here. If she comes up, then maybe we could,
yeah.
and I'll meet, I'm 100%. I just know that because it's her brother and she's like the front man, so. She's, as you know, she's very direct,
So yes.
really direct.
She's, that's a nice way to
Direct, she's very direct. So, okay, so,
I thought it Dawn, to be honest with you.
well, here's the thing, he's having some issues.
He's had issues for a long time. He actually played football at Penn State.
Yeah, that's what he's got some issues related to that, and So,
knee problems, and he's got some other things. and-
yeah, so whether if he's gonna make the trip, he's gonna make the trip probably when there's something substantial to make the trip for. She'll be the first person.
Cornerstone mac and cheese,
Oh, is that what they
and
were?
that's what he likes.
Keep that in mind. Okay, so we'll table this. I would say, please don't hesitate to send an email. If you have any thoughts about it, so we can collect them in one place, because we can't, and we know about the whole reply all from the past, so. But I think if we could collect ideas about this, I just hate to see this walk away, you know, I mean, yeah, we have money, but this is money that's gonna be given to us to do really good things that we don't have to pull out of our.
It's nice, because everything we do basically is always focused on home.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we do have the redheaded stepchild there,
Yes, we do.
and we gotta talk about.
Hey, hey,
Oh,
geez, he thinks.
you never knows. Sorry, that was inappropriate. That was it. Sorry. There's gotta be another
How
way.
are you gonna get out of this building?
I don't know. It's a hell of a joke.
Okay, so. That's good, so yeah, let's try to really think about this, set up a time, we will set up a time to go up there and look at it and say, okay, this is worse than we thought, no, this.
Let me know, I'll come down.
Okay, that sounds like, so we'll be doing it at 6:30 AM.
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the showstopper,
Showstopper.
yes.
So, this whole thing got me thinking, are we doing things in the right order? So I spent time with Steve McKenzie, he's an engineer.
Yes.
And he said, what you need to do is you've gotta have something to show them what, so you're gonna say, take an engineer off and say, here's a space. We wanna build a fountain, what do we do? So he said, your first step is you really gotta have what we talked about before, a design competition thing. We need something that we can share with someone else, you know, a drawing.
Yeah.
Whatever. So he said, you gotta start first with that. You've got to have something on paper, something to show them. And then we get an architect to work with a sculptor, whoever the sculptor is that we pick for this project.
If it's sculptor.
If it's sculptor, yeah,
The design, the designer, of the town,
yes.
okay.
And then the engineers will work with that as to how you're gonna, do you want, we know we're gonna be recirculating water. So you're gonna have, basically I call it pump room. How are we gonna do that? We can't really have it underground, because you can't maintain it. If you can't, we could. Then whoever's gonna do it, you have to train them in. Confined
Confined
space.
space.
Could that come from being camouflaged by the memorial fountain itself?
And that's why Steve, if you're having this big, nice big mountain, which is you, in the background, you put maybe hedging, you have hedges around it, maybe a little circle, and your filter house, hidden by a hedge. Within close proximity.
But what about a wall?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like, what about like building it into a
I mean,
design?
water coming down the wall, because his name at the
You
top,
can certainly do that.
you can't see through the minute, so.
That was the thing, he said, you don't wanna, engineer first, you gotta have something concrete to show them. This is what we wanna do, how do we go from here?
So. You can't go out for now we're saying we need proposals.
You open it up.
So, but we have to tell them something about
What?
where they're
What?
building it.
You
What?
give them bidders and.
Yes, but you up with as a group, you reach out to different people. I mean, if it's gonna be granite, there's a lot of sculptors around, probably all busier than hell.
A lot of manufacturers too, and a lot of design people.
It's definitely gonna be buried, right?
Oh, it's gotta be buried.
Okay.
It's in Hope Cemetery.
Right.
It's buried.
Okay, it's gonna be black, Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Well, Mark came up with that
But yeah,
great poster design.
Yeah.
A while back.
yeah,
With some of the deets on it, you know,
Yeah.
some of the specifics on it, and we really just need to like cross-check that. Make sure it all looks good, maybe put a timeline on the proposal, you know, give people time enough to.
Right.
Oh, wow, that's a great idea, oh, I might like to do that, give them a couple months, to work something.
Exactly. You're heading
So
on
maybe
over
we
now.
put it out for proposals sometime this fall,
Versus-
and let people have the winter to work up design.
yeah, like I was even gonna say March 31st.
Yeah, and then have people start the deadline for submitting designs, and it'll go to the subcommittee or this committee, and then narrow it down, or depending on how many applicants we get,
Right,
figure out what we like. We'd have to bring that to the council, or no?
No.
Yeah, so we figure out which
Yeah.
one we wanna go with, and then
yeah, no, I don't actually think, no, I don't think we have to.
it doesn't have to be super fancy, it could run on the Time Targets, it could run on the radio, it could run online, it could, you know, we could just post it on the city website if you wanted to. Calling all creatives.
And what about down to the Granite Museum, on the Granite Museum website?
Absolutely.
And students,
You might wanna include like the time target, the free press.
Oh, early to free press.
Burlington Free
Yeah.
Press,
Yeah.
Get the reach out a little further.
or even later.
Are you still talking the size of the plot that is
Yeah,
there?
I did, I measured it, I don't have to measure it all. It's, you know, I didn't measure the length, because that doesn't matter, it's long enough. I was concerned about the width, but it is, it's 39 feet, 9 inches wide. And that's
That's
edge
just.
of pavement.
It's a big.
Is that consistent all the way, or is that
It
just?
is. It's from these corners here and here.
Oh, okay.
It was made for a fountain. Made for,
Basically, you know, I think it was up like that, or something like this.
and in that design request would you be incorporating the existing veterans monument?
Yes.
Okay, or
Or,
yes, and replacing it with the new,
we would replace it in, we'd obviously replace it in a different place. If we replaced.
Can it be hard out?
It can't do it.
And part of the theme would be veterans, because
He's a veteran.
because Don's
Yeah.
a veteran.
As War Memorials go, it's pretty basic. Nothing else up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so are we gonna have a prize for this?
well, Steve said you might want to do. To get somebody to do it and get involved, you.
Great area.
Like maybe $1,000.
Yeah.
Get on our nice.
$1,000. Showing your age, $1,000.
Well, 1 to 2 is, he's older than me, so he's.
Yeah, so there you go, right. Okay, so,
Thought it was gonna be a night on the town.
but if you're gonna use somebody's.
Should be about 25 bucks.
It's not enough?
Right, Greg, it'll only be 50.
But,
Honestly, I think something of this caliber.
yeah,
In the location that it's in, and considering that we may be attracting designers and artists from other places.
Yeah.
Barre,
yeah,
where all of us have been doing things pretty, you know,
It's gonna be
in
a
our
really-
place,
Yeah.
do things for cheaper, but I think that, I honestly would say at least 10,000
yeah, see, that,
For an award.
and a design for
yeah,
rights to the design.
yeah, yeah. I'd have to say, $1,000. It's nothing,
Yeah. Three. And I work with.
because you're busy spending all of this. Guys,
We have two.
Million cost to buy a plot and put a stone in that cemetery. It is less, that $10,000 is less than that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like really, like
Yeah.
you do have to be incredibly respectful of the fact that whoever puts this design in and gets this thing created. Yeah, it's gonna be there forever, and they might have some street cred for it or whatever, but like. This is, I mean, I can do some research and see what other design competition award for their.
That's
for
great.
theirs, but I'm guessing
Others will do that.
it's more than 1,000, it's more
Yeah.
than 2,000.
Yeah.
I mean, this is high caliber.
Then I say.
And that's
I'm
fine.
fine with that, and
It's not to have it,
Because-
just for the design.
Is that, so it's the rights to the design, we're awarding, we're buying. The rights to the design, is that like a patented thing? No or yes?
Well, who has-
Artistic.
Who has the right? The designer that won or us?
We're gonna move
Hey.
to five it.
We're buying it, I
The
think they,
award would essentially buy the design.
yes.
That's what I
For us
was
to give to
looking.
the engineers,
Yeah.
to bid out to the manufacturers and to fabricate it, so once the design is awarded, once that artist or
Yes.
designer is awarded that money, they don't have,
We gave up the right to.
they don't have a stake in actually doing the design.
And that would actually be in writing like a
I
contract.
would, no, I'm sure
There's
there's
a
a
contract.
You can't say, I don't want the money, I'll just keep the design.
The contract. It definitely would have a contract associated with it.
But it's those things that we do need to be thinking about when we're talking about giving out an award or a prize for that, you know.
Yeah, if you're looking at a complete design, and that was not much.
Probably not even enough.
That's-
Okay, so you said you'd.
I'll do
you'd be
some
willing
research
to
to see what other,
Okay,
design competitions give out for awards. I don't know of any specifically for cemeteries, but I can do some digging.
Well, the thing is too, if we, you know. Have the designs and work, they can still. Like, they could still put it in their portfolio. Like, you know how you, as artists, you have your, you could still put,
Well, that would have to be in the fine print, you know,
Yeah.
the conditions of.
that was your design.
But you took the money, you gave that up.
You see, I think there's gonna be, but this is all good conversation about it, I think that, okay, and so, yeah, so. Eileen's gonna have a design for a wall of water. Yeah. Right? Yes. It's just gonna be a picture.
No, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, so, and as far as the design goes, that doesn't necessarily incorporate any of the mechanics.
Right.
It's just the.
For fabrication.
Or fabrication, it's just what it's gonna look like on the outside when it's finally done.
But incorporating the things that we want, the veterans and the working parts of Barre water and.
Maybe the veterans, it's not, you're gonna decide it.
The most of it, so you take that and you turn that over to the engineer and he goes in there and he builds the interiors of the working parts of it. The engineer will put that into the design. So you get you'll have a pump house part of it.
Yeah,
And the engineer will put the pumps in the pump house.
47. We go to 5. Oh. So we go to 5.
This is your first call.
I just wanted to say, if anybody was interested to know that the room got reserved from 3 to 5:30. So, I'm just putting it out there, if things start to roll along and we could. I know you're working, so it'll go to the working people, but we could start a little earlier. I'm just putting it out there, because maybe it'll happen. Okay, I gotta go.
Back to work.
so if we don't wanna leave that small memorial there.
We know we don't.
All right. Eileen had an idea last year about filling in the old fountain with maybe some gravel and dirt. Planting flowers in that thing.
Yes.
What if we move that? Over there.
Got rid of that horrible looking fountain? Oh, that would be
No,
terrible.
move it over right to we can't get rid of the fountain.
Leave the
We
fountain.
can't move the memorial over.
The one that's over.
Especially for during whatever construction this is gonna be.
Why can't we get rid of that fountain? We're gonna build a fountain. I'm not saying no, there's people's names, but put some kind of memorial, notification of the, you know, the history that was there, and put that war memorial there and have our beautiful fountain. Why couldn't we do that? As long as we acknowledge the people that paid.
Is that a memorial?
It's not a memorial.
It's weird, it's not even,
So, yeah.
There was something on that little head that was on there.
That was
That's the.
a doctor, a friend of Bruce
That's
Gus.
the dump.
Yes.
Okay.
He gave that to him.
Yeah.
And he decided it should be on the fountain.
Okay,
Initially, it was never there. And that used to be the entrance, so you came up the main entrance.
yeah, it was
You
right.
saw the
If you
fountain.
remember that old postcard we
Yeah.
found,
Yeah,
that they came up the, what, is the exit,
Yeah,
that was the entrance and that's where the fountain was.
yeah.
I mean, I'm even thinking, so you, if you wanted to move it there, you wanted to acknowledge, if we need to acknowledge that person who gave that weird sculpture. And we have that there and we have flowers around it. Then if we cut, we don't need that whole big circle though. Couldn't you give more to like road? Make it a little easier to get around?
Is it a memorial fountain?
As
No,
far as I know, it's
If
not.
it's not a memorial fountain,
We could take
it's up
it
for
over.
game. My opinion is up for game. You could take it, just get rid of it.
that's a great idea.
But then what do you do without Chide's world?
Put it someplace else. On its own pedestal.
It's all still there.
It's just the ball with the fish.
Fish. Mhm. Yeah. And then the water filled in the rest. There's no water.
Well, we can't talk about it for too long because
Move it to next
too many
time.
things to talk about, okay? We'll move to the next meeting for discussion. Okay, so now we're gonna move into new business members roundtable. Ree's gonna start because she's got so.
I have three, and they'll be really quick. In reference to the cleaning of the monuments, I know we use Matt, and there was some discussion that there are other people that also clean. And I was thinking, why not hire more people that clean and get that many more things done?
So here's the thing, it's not our money. It's money from, Polycore, Dairy Grant Association, and a mysterious donator.
Yeah.
Very kind.
So
The initial chunk.
they pay the money,
Right.
they hire the person.
Well, we don't have a problem with
I
that.
don't have a problem with that at all. I'm just thinking
Additional,
additional, pick another section and another section.
like, what is it, K?
Okay, needs.
Where's the money coming from?
Or we have
We
money.
have money.
Also fund.
We have money. See, that's. the
I
thing.
just put it out there, just think
Yeah.
There's
about.
nothing saying you can't.
Right.
Don't wanna believe it, but I was just thinking, I'm thinking in terms of community relations too, people come up and then all of a sudden, wow, there's a lot more that's done. And Matt does such a really good job.
Yeah,
I
it's
think a lot of people don't pay attention to it, but if there's more done, maybe that's more.
One thing I'll caution you on, I
Okay.
think you're getting a lot of bang for your buck.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
So
Anything ugly.
if you start bidding it out elsewise and he's kind of counting on it for next year, then you might lose what you already have.
Yeah.
I hear that, and that would not be,
He's doing,
do that,
he's working fucking hope. That hope only.
yes.
Yeah,
We've got. Elmwood.
Elmwood's got some nice monuments.
It's got some nice.
That's how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking let go out a little bit,
Yeah.
because we're gonna be doing some things in Elmwood anyway.
I don't know who. Oh, there's
Jamie Fontaine,
Jamie Fontaine.
Dirty Rock. He's the one that invented the cleaning formula that Molly sells.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe that is, does that?
Henry's still.
He's still doing it?
Yeah. He's just doing it.
Is there somebody named Bernie?
He's got, he's now
It's not you.
90 years old.
No, he's 92.
Thank you.
He's a sweetheart.
Used to
Like,
be
no,
one.
he's not getting up in there doing that anymore.
No, I was just thinking that we just, do something in Elmwood, whatever.
Okay, so Elmwood's a great idea. Here's the challenge with Elmwood. Is that money that we have now access to is allotted to Hope.
Okay,
Now, whether we could take Richard Russell money, because it's like, what, 45,000 or something like that, and not really enough to making.
Remember what Tommy said? You can use the interest being gained from the cozy.
exactly.
No, not on Richard Russell. Richard Russell is not.
No, on the cozy.
On the
stuff.
cozy money.
Oh, I know, but
I think it's 100, that's the thousand,
That's for the software
Yes, and, yes,
Interest on the cozy money.
Yeah,
it's a good.
If they're
There's a
going into
selection,
cemeteries,
60-40.
2026, it's available.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, but on the cozy money, it's just something that Carol, I'll get some clarification for the next one. 60% and 40%. 40% going into the general fund, which, if that's what you're talking about, that general fund does not have to be used in Hope. And it could be used to clean in Elmwood. But that's the only thing.
right now, is that the general fund for the cemetery or general fund for the city?
I thought that was just fund for the
It
city.
goes to the city,
City.
The
Not just-
40% goes to the city.
not just the cemetery.
And so is that the 40%? There's something that happened at the last, I thought it happened, Carol said, some decisions were made about the money from the interest at the last council meeting there's been two since we met.
I'll have to look, because I don't remember saying the interest was gonna be split up, but.
Okay, there's some kind of calculation there that's,
But according to Tom Layton,
Yeah.
when he was here,
yeah,
it was anticipated that there would be 150,000 just from the interest.
$3 million, $1 million to interest,
But
yeah,
that could be used anywhere on this, for the cemeteries.
yes.
And that's
I would be
the
perfect.
money for the software out of that.
Yeah, which was about 40.
I think we got 75 this year is what,
We took 75 this year.
I think we got $75,000 in interest.
Oh,
Because it's not a full year.
yeah, okay.
But they've got 75,000, I believe, and they're gonna take the laboratory money out of that.
Yeah,
Right.
good, but there would be still money.
There's still some more, and it's still making it every quarter.
Right.
Okay, so it would be possible to use some of the Richard Russell money in Hope, that's a Hope thing, to do some more cleaning. Whether you continue to use Matt, which is a whole nother thing, or you move out to other people, that's your.
Makes sense to use that.
I think.
You're gonna need to use other, you're gonna need to use other.
Okay, then that's-
You're gonna overload that, he's got a.
Yeah.
This is like everything, like the stone setters and everything.
Yeah.
It's, the job is too big.
Yes,
But you maybe. Say, Matt, you're gonna be up here,
yeah,
we gotta pay attention to the other two children.
yes,
We're gonna have to use a different
yes,
one over there.
yeah,
Then you're not stepping on his toes.
yeah. There's been no talk from the Abbeys about any of their money going towards cleaning. It's a repair thing. Now, we'll see going forward how it all. Okay, we got your,
Yep, I just canceled one, and I have one other vault production. Where do we get our vaults from? And the reason I ask is at St. Francis, we learned that Robertson, who's been supplying vaults for everybody in Vermont, he's retired. And so everybody's kind of scrambling to find a vault maker. So I didn't
Donnie
know.
always ordered those,
Haven't heard.
Okay,
that one.
I know it's always been Robertson.
yeah, he's all done. In another week.
There's another.
okay, so that would be no.
Yeah, sure.
Well, mostly nobody, and it's all your power.
That's done everybody on your, that, if there are people in Reduce, they're all like, what are we gonna do? He's the only guy.
No. It's all the concrete, but, you know. So
We did all our stuff. What else did we use? Because we have belts, right? That's what we use for our stuff.
Harvey used him,
Yeah, yes, you-
cause he supplied.
no, I think we use like SD Ireland or we use some kind of,
That might just be for, like, that type of work, I don't know if they would do.
yeah,
two different types of halts.
Yeah,
You got you're using utility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they can, do, and these are just much smaller bolts, they're only.
But they're also decorated, they paint them.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of different options for the memorial business. Don't worry, there's plenty of places to buy vaults.
usually it's just the cover that's very
Yeah,
oriented.
right.
Do you know?
You
do
might
you
end
know
up
any?
doing business with somebody in New Hampshire or whatever, but there's people who do it.
They've been scrambling trying to find people and they've been able to. So if you know anybody, ship them my way.
I'll ask Tom Gandon, because he does a lot of work in New Hampshire. He might find out.
I'll pass it on. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, so I just wanted to quickly update you on St. Monica's because it's new business, whatever, but our envoy to the Catholic Church went over to talk to Father Pat, and he has no problem with us taking the $5,400 that was in that little tiny thing, rolling it into perpetual and putting the other 2,400 into the general cemetery. It's going to be used, it's not going to be differentiated for St. Monica's, but we'll be picking up stuff at St. Monica's. And just got to get something in writing from him.
How much was in that?
$400. It's peanuts. But we're getting rid of one of the boxes. Well, we add another one, I hope soon.
It would be good to use some money there. And fix the ones that have been knocked over for years. It's just.
Yeah, I did, I counted like 15 or something.
I know it, okay. Well, I guess if you don't want to hear about the girls being on TV.
Oh, yeah, we gotta hear. about that.
Okay,
When can we watch it?
Ben from Channel 5,
And Frechette the weatherman.
weatherman, he
And
does
see
small
the
segment
videographer.
filler pieces for the ends of their programming, and said they were going to run a airing of us or Focus on Hope on September 22nd. They would run it a couple times in the morning, a couple times in the afternoon, and a couple times in the evening, and that would be available on their website and YouTube for future viewing. I thought we did a good job. I think we both represented the city, the cemetery well.
We tried agreeing with each other because she's a modern sculptor and I know only the old turn of the century stuff. And it just melded in so nicely.
Yeah.
I think he said it was gonna be a 25-minute interview. We were there for 3 hours.
Yeah, so they have plenty to work with. Who knows what they're gonna be doing.
We might not
Yeah.
even be.
You might just see Tony drive by.
He did mind.
Wilma and Louise.
We're very mindful to give some, but not all information about the Coffee Endowment, and that we were looking forward to things improving in the future, I hope, now that we have the funds to do it with. And he really wanted to talk about the history, the artistry, like what makes Hope special. And Eileen and I have two very different perspectives on it, so I'm really hoping that whatever they come up with, like, who knows?
That'd be great.
I'm so glad you guys did that.
Thank you for doing
Hopefully, we
Yeah.
come off as eloquent and attractive to people so that they want to come to Barre and see the cemetery.
Yeah. Did you talk about the fountain at all that we didn't see
It was mentioned.
Just mentioned, okay.
It was mentioned that that was one of the things that Mr. Cozy specifically wanted done with the money, was a fountain at Hope, and I think said pretty clearly that we're in the very beginning stages of organizing subcommittees for it, and that we were hoping to put the package out to the public for design ideas sometime soon.
Excellent.
That's a good segue for
I
the
wonder,
design.
yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if we could use your connection to him when we get further down the road.
I think absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean,
Oh, that would be good.
then they would probably be more than happy to do some sort of little follow-up.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna acknowledge the guest. Hope you enjoyed coming.
Yes, it was very
Have you
informative.
changed your mind?
Would it scare you at all, or?
We said
Just
this
so,
year, next month.
After that was a lot more comfortable for this one, so.
Yes, I apologize. That's actually intended for that chair to go back.
No, that's all right.
I'm gonna be sure this paperwork goes to Roxanne, because that's where it's gotta go, and I think then probably, we'll have to have an interview. Yeah. Okay, and that will come in front of the council.
Yeah.
And
I just realized how much how complicated and complex every decision and idea is. It's so multifaceted. So, and
That's
that's
great.
It's fascinating.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
It would be fun to have you on board.
Yeah, do you have any questions or
Um,
are you missing pieces of the process that you?
Not yet.
It's always too hard to come in, but we're actually in the very early stages because we just the endowment is not very old.
So,
And so we basically have a new purpose. because we have some money to improve things, so.
Yeah, I've never heard of a Barre committee that has money, so.
Yeah, it's not right. This is kind of a reunion. Okay, so I am going to call for the meeting to be over. Oh, what a surprise. You have a second?
Hey, write your name down.
Yes. All right.
You know, Mark has had enough.
It's a motion, 15 minutes.
I know, I know. Okay, so, there's no discussion, so
We're out of here.
we're out of here. Okay. The next meeting
It's final.
is October 24th.
When you have a.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I'll give you. Yes.